Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your 3-month tarot forecast for June, July, and August of 2023. Let's get right in and see what is happening for you guys. And happy early birthday to all of you. We'll be switching, the sun will be switching into your sign this month. So I'm wishing all the Geminis out there a very beautiful and blessed birthday. Oh, okay. So we have hostilities that jumped out. So let's see what Spirit wants to say about that. All right. I feel like this is something that's already kind of going on right now. Like this isn't something that's upcoming. This is more of something that's going on right now for those of you that this applies. So we'll get more into that. All right, so look at this. June, walking away is so interesting, Gemini. Look at that. Hostilities, card 26, walking away, card 27. Wow. So those of you that are dealing with these heavier energies, you're walking away from them in the month of June. Things are balancing out for you. July, we have the door to romance. And then August, we have woman holding coin. All right. And on the bottom, action. So, okay, with the root chakra. So there's some action that some of you need to take. All right, so we'll get into that in a minute. But Gemini, what I'm seeing here is in June, you are walking away from arguing, fighting, disagreements, heavy energy, anything that feels like very hostile to your emotions, to your energy, to your life. It will definitely represent something different for each of you, as this is a general reading, okay? And with door to romance sitting here for July, what I feel about this is more this for some of you could be where you're literally walking away from a bad situation, a bad relationship, a bad job, okay? But for others of you, this more means like I see where we can finally have a conversation. We can finally meet in the middle. We can finally resolve our differences with each other. Okay, so the way that this plays out is a little different for each of you, just depending on your current situations. Some of you, yes, you are walking away. You are taking the action, root chakra in the physical, taking the action to walk away from something that's detrimental to you. Okay, or actions are being taken to finally resolve something in a very positive way. All right, and now coming into July, we got the doorway to romance. What this tells me is there's something beautiful coming into your guys' lives in the month of July. This could be a new romance for some of you. This could be where a romance that's really been struggling, like you guys are finally working things out. You're finally on the same page. For others of you, this is more something that is heart-based, something that is going to make your heart happy. It doesn't have to be romantic inclined, but it's something that would inspire and invoke the energy of love in your heart. It's a very positive energy, a very positive card, okay? And now here for August, we have woman holding coin. So there's some increase to your money coming in the month of August, all right? But for those of you who have really been contemplating, like, do I need to get out of this situation? Is this a bad situation? You've been asking, you know, for signs from Spirit, then yes, I would say this is your sign. Like, it's time to go. It's time to walk away. It's time for you to take the action to move on from this. And in July, there's, you know, something that's coming that's going to fill your heart full, okay? Now, for others of you, I don't feel like you've been contemplating, do I walk away? It's more like, how do I fix this? How do I make this better? Okay, so if you've been in that mindset of how do I fix this? How do I make this better? How do I move forward, or how do we move forward? Then this is a message from Spirit that things are just going to kind of start balancing themselves out. In the month of June, you guys are taking actions, or you're taking an action to really shift a situation or shift how you feel about something, which things turn for the positive. Or somebody else, if there's another person involved, it may be like they're finally stepping up and taking accountability, taking responsibility. So we'll put the hostilities over here, and we'll pull some tarot. All right, right there. Okay, so we have the Emperor with the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords with the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands with the Death card. Okay. And we have the Three of Pentacles, with the Eight of Wands on the bottom, and that's very positive, actually. Okay. So yeah, the Emperor can represent a couple of different things. Could be you finally deciding. And you know what? Gosh, I am so sorry. Like, I have had to clear my throat so much since I've started your reading. And so that tells me, some of you, it's like, it's time to speak your truth. Like, your voice needs to be heard. Some of you, it may be that like you finally need to stand up to somebody and put them in their place, or finally say something that you know. Some of you, absolutely, it's like there is a conversation that needs to be had. And with my throat chakra giving me so much trouble like that, I know that it's, the words are inside of you, okay? Because I'm reading for you, Gemini. The words are inside of you. And now look, once I am getting this message out, I'm speaking so much more clearly. Yeah, see, some of you, it's time to fully and finally express yourself, your heart, your truth, you know, for the good or the bad, because it needs to be said, and it invokes some healing, okay? So the Emperor here could definitely represent like it's time for you to take some action, to move on, to move forward from something, okay? And for others of you, this represents another person that you've been dealing with. And see the walking away? I see that as the healing finally taking place, like walking away from the difficulty, finally having a conversation. And now when we come to July, Gemini, with this door to romance, the Knight of Swords coming through is like a really fast incoming message. Somebody that is, you know, very high energy. This could represent you as it being air. But with this Four of Pentacles, doorway to romance, this is somebody really opening up their heart and their soul to you about how they feel. Or this could be because you're finally done with whatever this is. In the month of July, you really come to terms with how you feel about somebody, and you're going to open up and express your heart and your soul to them, okay? But also, I know, again, for some of you, this is not about romance. And what I see is with this energy finally settling and working itself out in June, it opens you up, it opens your heart up, it opens your energy up, and you feel more alive, you feel more high vibrational, okay? And because of that, something comes in that really makes your heart happy, all right? And here for August, with Woman Holding Coin, I do feel there's an improvement to your financial situation. But also for some of you, Gemini, what I feel is somebody who's been trying to control you with money, with resources, with power, that's leaving your life, all right? And this could have a lot to do with this hostile energy. You're working through it June, July, and in August, it's like it's all done. Like what's happening in June and July is setting things up differently for you so that you can walk away from a person like this that's really trying to be manipulative and controlling, especially with like money. This is somebody who, like, if it was a spouse, this would be somebody who's very controlling and wouldn't want you to have like your own access to money, or if you do, like questioning everything you spend, and or somebody really using it over your head. Well, Gemini, I did this for you, I did that for you, so you need to do XYZ for me, and just really taking advantage of you. That is coming to a complete end in the month of August for those of you that have been dealing with that. And it's like other things are getting set up for you so that you can walk away from that energy and your finances improve, because we have the Eight of Wands with the Three of Pentacles coming through on the bottom, okay? And this comes about from you taking some sort of action. Again, walking away from somebody. You know what? Others of you, this could be where you're just in a very toxic or hostile work environment, and you're going to be applying for jobs, or there's like a new job that comes into your life, and you're going to get that job. Like you're moving on from a hostile work environment, some of you. But it's like energy is picking up, and there's more money that's coming in for you. So by August, what was really heavy on you as you came into June, it's like a thing of the past, Gemini. So let's pull some more cards and see what else Spirit would like to add. And look, I have not had to clear my throat once since I got that message out. So those of you that know you have those unspoken words, June is a good month to finally speak your mind, speak your heart, speak your soul. Ooh, and you know what? This is very interesting. This just like came in. This right here, some of you, it may be that you have, and this is very specific, so if this does not apply to you, just let it go one ear out the other, okay? But if it does apply to you, this is definitely a message and a sign from Spirit. Some of you, there is some sort of like bad habit, maybe addiction that you've been thinking about, like maybe smoking cigarettes, okay? Or it's just, it's like there is something that you do that you know isn't good for you, and you've kind of been pushing against it, struggling against it. Like you're really starting to feel convicted in your mind about it. Like, you know, it's not good, but it's hard to leave it alone, that type of thing. Spirit is saying, if you take the steps towards walking away from whatever it is that may not be good for you, is harmful to you, any sort of addictions, you take those steps, by August, Gemini, you are free of whatever that is. You will kick the habit, you will make changes, like whatever it is. For those of you that that message applies, okay, only for those of you that that message applies, Spirit is saying, if you start in June, you will be done with it. It will be a thing of the past. You will be beyond it, and it will not control you or anything anymore. And Spirit will give you strength along the way. All right, so, oh yes, see, fruition. Spirit's saying, I will help you with whatever it is you need. I will make you strong. I will keep you strong. All right, that's beautiful. And just remember, you don't have to do things alone. There's a lot of free help in this world when it comes to anything. All right, outside the box, transition, trust, and surrender with follow your heart. Oh, and look at that. We've got some joy coming through. So surrender to these circumstances. Is it time to speak your heart, to speak your mind? Is it time to walk away from something? Is it time to hear somebody else's side? Is it time to put down a bad habit? Like, only you know what that means for you personally. All right. And Spirit is saying, you know, you've got to think outside the box. You got to believe bigger than what's currently around you, because I see big transition coming, lots of changes, the heaviness, the hostility, like you're rising up out of that. Surrender to the circumstances. Don't push against them. Okay. And as you do that, you follow your heart. And so interesting, door to romance, all these hearts, right? Look at that. This is so synchronistic. And this card, her head is in a cage, right? In this card, look at the heart is in a cage. And then we have follow your heart, door to romance, follow your heart, all these hearts. All right. So with this symbolism, synchronicity of the cages around the mind and the heart, that to me is Gemini. If you surrender, and surrendering it is getting out of your head about, you know, what's really going on, what am I going to do, all of that, and just saying, okay, it is what it is. I surrender, I accept, I release my grip. That frees your mind, and you see the white rabbit and the mushroom there, a huge shift in perception is going to come your way, okay? And also, some of you, where it's like your heart is really, really guarded, through this surrendering, you release the barrier, and you're free. You follow your heart, and something really good, something really beautiful is coming in for you. And it's a transition, it's a change, okay, from where you've been to what's now happening. And trust, there's a lot of joy to be had. There's a lot of joy upcoming for you. And I really see, like, by August, again, anything that you've been struggling with, whether a person, a bad habit, work environment, just anything, Gemini, it's all completely resolved by August. You're in a different place. You're in a happier place. Yes, look at, we got abundance with the chalice. Intention with oh my gosh, look at the synchronicity of the mind and the heart. Spirit's really trying to help balance these energies through the surrender. And as those energies are balanced, your energy just opens up, Gemini. Yes, and you are protected, okay? But you got to remember, always, we are free will beings. And sometimes when we're asking for help, for strength, we refuse to release our grip on the very thing that must be released. And so when we're doing that, things will continue to unfold as they have been. But when we surrender mentally, emotionally, and ground our energy, and just come to a place of acceptance for a moment, it shifts everything. And I see that, you know, it's something coming in, really making you happy, walking away from some stuff that's been challenging, more money coming in August. And for those of you where you felt like somebody was trying to control you, they're not going to have any power over you soon. All right, here's the artwork. Desires. The root of all suffering is desire. Buddha. The steady stream of human desires are directing you away from the beauty of the present moment to the fantasy of the future, taking you away from the appreciation of what you got and what life is offering you right now. All right, so this is another message of that surrender. All right, there are some things, some beautiful things in your life that Spirit wants to reshift your attention to, opposed to some of these other heavier things. And through that shifting of attention, and your intention inside is going to shift and change. All right, here's the artwork for this message, and it's energy. You are never alone or helpless. The force that guides the stars guides you too. Energy is more than just cultivating physical, boundless energy. It is making the connection with the universal life force that motivates all creation in the universe. And then you, oh Gemini, you are getting your power back. These next 3 months, a lot of beautiful shifts and beautiful changes, positivity coming in, walking away from heaviness, something beautiful coming in, potentially a confession of love. Also, again, don't forget, for those of you that have unspoken words in your heart and your soul, it's time to say them. As soon as I got that message out, I'm good. Like, I'm clear, and I was struggling, you know? So, it's time to speak your heart, some of you. All right. And remember, August, something good's coming in financially. So those are your messages. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.